I believe citizens of wealthy industrialized nations have an obligation to reduce extreme poverty. To end extreme poverty, each one of us will have to give up a fraction of what we own. I also believe that the effort is not too often done because we do not want to renounce our own comfort. Education is only one of many elements that are affected. Education is one of the most important public policies to address economic justice, poverty, and wealth. Education can reproduce an unequal society if it is not offered equally to all. The division between the wealthy and poor defines the unequal opportunities of education. Equal and fair provision of educational services can rectify issues of inequality. Education can also promote bonding of different groups when it draws children of different social, cultural, and economic backgrounds, regardless of financial standings. In this presentation, I will discuss economic justice and education related to poverty and wealth. Economic justice is the idea that the economy will be more successful if it is fair. The goal is to create opportunities for all to thrive and that prosperity and justice go hand in hand rather than opposition to one another. When more citizens are able to provide for themselves and maintain stable income, they are more likely to spend their earnings on goods, which in turn drives demand in the economy. Loss of possible wages creates an inefficiency in the economy because those workers will not have the income to participate to their fullest. If this inefficiency reaches significant magnitude, it can slow the economy. Poverty is not having enough material possessions or income for a person's needs. Poverty may include social, economic, and political elements. Wealth is the abundance of valuable financial assets or physical possessions which can be converted into a form that can be used for transactions. The modern concept of wealth is of significance in all areas of economics. Why is it that the government does not provide public schools with enough federal funds, but private schools receive a lot of funds? Why is it that students with higher incomes succeed more than those with low income? This is a problem that society must fix. We are supposed to be an equal education system. It is Hispanic and Black students who are not performing at the level of white and Asian students. Certain races or groups be the ones successful should not be the only ones successful in school. The eradication of poverty is supported by equal access to quality education in a fair society so that everyone who receives education can have more options in their lives and fulfill their aspirations. Eradicating poverty and rectifying inequality go hand in hand, which economic with economic growth. I believe that the participation of people in productive activities can increase a nation's total output of goods and services and promote economic development. Universal access to education and a fair society are not just about promoting economic growth, but also ensuring human dignity. Out of the challenges facing mankind, I would like to highlight social and cultural challenges. I believe world poverty is a social challenge while cultural deals with the lack of worldwide access to learning opportunities. One of the many reasons why children achieve good grades in school is because they are in after school programs. Parents with higher incomes sign their kids up for after school programs. They do this so their child can learn more throughout the day, not just in school. After school programs also help children one on one who may be struggling in school. The rich take advantage of these programs while the low income students struggle with their schoolwork, and mainly because they can't afford it. This is why they struggle and don't receive the proper help as needed. Would you send your child to a public or a private school? Which would your income lead you to the most? Most high income parents put their child in private schools. Its class size is smaller than public schools because public schools classes range between 25 to 30 students. That's too many students for one teacher to handle, in my opinion. One of the benefits of private school is the class size is from 15 to 20 students. This allows students to receive more one on one attention. The level of teaching is different between the two as well. Private school teachers often have their graduate degree or their doctorate degree, while public school teachers must have a bachelor's degree with a master in their subject. The level of education, however, is more difficult for private than for public school. Parents with low income tend to put their child in public schools because it is free. Parents with higher income pay for tutors to come over and teach their children, while low income parents do not reach out to many tutors. If students with lower income could receive more money from the government to help them pay for after school programs and tutors, it would help them to perform better and succeed in school as well. The government can help if they make after-school programs free for any student. The more students to join after-school programs, the better results they will have in test scores in school. If it is in our power to prevent something bad from happening without sacrificing moral significance, we should do it. I feel this statement would be accepted by consequentialists who believe we ought to do whatever would have the best consequences. Not only would this be accepted by consequentialists, but also non consequentialists, because the ruling to prevent what is bad applies only when nothing comparably significant is at stake. Most non consequentialists believe that we ought to prevent what is bad and promote what is good. Some may agree that we should help today's global poor, but not at the expense of tomorrow's global poor. I feel as though if everyone with abundance were to contribute to the effort to reduce extreme poverty, then the amount each of us would have to give would be small. In my opinion, giving is a significant thing in living an ethical life. We need to change the cultural standard so that giving becomes more normal. Giving ultimately opens more opportunities for the less fortunate, such as education. Changes within the government and education system need to be made to close gaps in schools. It is essential in the support of social mobility to increase academic achievement. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.